Hi, it's Steve from Texas 10 with this week's Texas 10 History Minute. So, this is a recent bit of history, or as far as history goes, it's pretty recent. As you know, if you've watched some of these we like to follow media and the arts and whatnot. This is something that I didn't actually realize until I researched it a little, looking at this week. On October 27th, 1993, a young radio disc jockey got started in El Paso, Texas. That disc jockey was Howard Stern, which, I view him as a New Yorker now. Well, he is a New Yorker now, but he's got that sort of New York sensibility about him. But he actually got his beginnings broadcasting out of El Paso, Texas, which, having visited El Paso, I don't really see the fit. Until you realize Howard's sort of universal. He was very successful there, got his kickstart, went on to revolutionize the radio business. His book, Private Parts, and then I think there was a movie, and then I think there's a musical about it, all in sort of the shock jock way of broadcasting. But he is very insightful, I find him. I've always said, I'm a lawyer, I've always said the way he questions, he would have been a great lawyer because he's a great cross-examiner. He's got a way of getting to the essence of things. And all of that started in El Paso, Texas. So great there. And then it's sort of media week here because we're going to go old school media for the birthday. On October 31st, 1931, in Wharton, Texas, CBS anchor Dan Rather was born. Dan grew up in Texas, got his start in Texas, gained his first bit of fame in Texas. I mean, obviously, if you're on TV, you're sort of famous to begin with. But he covered hurricanes, and Texas is the place to be to cover hurricanes. And he was one of the first that would get out there in the storm, and people loved it. And went on, covered the war in Vietnam, and that was sort of his his calling card. Was that he would be out in the field. His broadcast had a lot of authenticity to it, and eventually he rose to prominence, taking over the CBS News desk from the famed Walter Cronkite. It's tough to follow a legend. Rather is a legend in his own right, but people inevitably compared him to Cronkite. A lot of people didn't like him for that reason, but he is, in his own way, a media superstar. And so happy birthday to Dan Rather of Wharton, Texas. And thanks to both Dan and Howard Stern for entertaining and informing us for all those years, like we're trying to do. I hope you think we're doing a decent job. If you enjoy the Texas 10 content, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things. Tell a friend. Word of mouth is great. And most of all, just keep coming back and letting us know that you're there. We'll be back next week with another Texas History Minute and birthday. Until then, enjoy your time in Texas.